What's up, everyone? You know who I am. And my game, I'm the one, the only Jack Slater. Check us out on Comic Outlaw. And right now we're doing Lobo, Death and Taxes, Part 2 of 4. And yeah, you may recognize a few names. Grant, for example, he does Judge Dredd. And let's see how he flows with Lobo, as Lobo takes on the intergalactic taxman in order to save his friend, Ramona, who he owes a marker to. So let's get going. These taxmen are planning Ramona's liquidation, basically, and they found out that Lobo's on the case. And Lobo does have a reputation as an intergalactic bounty hunter, being one of the most efficient killers that always brings in his man in pieces or alive, depending on the contract. Now they're trying to figure out a way to get Lobo to audit him, and they find out that Lobo has never filed a tax return, never done any taxes. And as you probably know, or as you might not know, that's been a great way to bring gangsters down back in the old days, such as Al Capone. So this guy figures he has Lobo by the balls, and he's going to drag both of them in and have them cut off and audited. But we'll see about that. And yes, let me remind you, this isn't for children, so get off the channel if you're under 18. Now we're back to the Mayhem review. Basically, this is Ramona's ex-boyfriend who robbed her, stole her money, and now he's doing a bongo trip. And Lobo's actually looking to hunt this guy down and bring him in so he can collect the money. But Lobo is flat broke right now. He sees a homeless guy and it gives him a great idea. A way to use his services without having to say a single word. And to get a little help from the community. Because you know how the main man rolls. So he sets up a sign saying that he will not butcher your family for creds. Well, I will not follow you home and butcher your family for creds. You got to be precise like the main man is. But anyways, people start generously donating money to Lobo's cause. And Lobo, of course, graciously thanks them for their time and service. Meanwhile, at the IRS place, their dastardly plans are basically going well. I mean, they're trying to get all their ducks in a row, getting ready to bring Lobo in. Which, honestly, I have no idea how the hell they're going to do that. None of these guys look like they can ever fire a gun, much less do anything. But, anyways, Lobo gets enough money to afford a crappy spaceship. And he's flying around. And it hasn't really been a good week for Lobo, you know. It's had its ups and downs. More downs than ups. Taking, for example, a ship blowing up and crashing. It goes thump, thump, bang. And Lobo feels like he's at his lowest right now. Then the airbag pops up, and he just feels a little worse. That's when the universe kicks you in the nuts, and then wiggles his foot around, just to see you squirm. But anyways, Lobo gets up, and he meets these timid men. And Lobo thinks he's in some kind of planetary heaven, you know, set by the inhabitants. Bunch of nice people, basically hell for Lobo, and they're all morons. So Lobo is trying to get to a ship, and they're not really helping him out. They're just being completely stupid. So Lobo, being Lobo, gets a great idea. This is where if you're squeamish, and we don't want you barfing on your laptop, so please, or your phones, turn your head at this point. So he grabs some of the fellow people, lines them all up in a nice little triangle shape. Takes one of the guys, you know, rips his head off, puts a little grenade in there, and does some people bowling. And let me tell you right now, the main man, he bowled a strike. Boom. Yeah. That's the way to frag someone. Body parts flying around. And, you know, the main man just did some good. He made some organic manure for everyone. He did his good deed and kindly walked off. Now, this guy is doing his bongo mayhem show, and apparently he plays the bongos, sings like a moron, and everybody and his main people kind of shoot the crowd. So, yeah, that's his idea of artistic expression. Mass murder. But what can you say? He's an intergalactic bounty hunter, and those guys aren't exactly the same as people in the world. Well, one of the main auditors come up to him, and he basically tells him, you know, Lobo's out, he's coming after you. But we need your help as well. And this is the muscle they were talking about. And they basically give this guy no choice because Lobo is coming after him. And these IRC, not IRS, IRC, want Lobo dead. So they have to join together to try to take out the main man. But anyways, the main man's walking around and he notices this giant bunker. And he's kind of wondering, what's this? What's it for? These real genteel guys are kind of answering him, but not. They kind of tell him it's for emergencies, a planetary-wide emergency. And the sirens go off, the men run in, the fortress locks up, and then all of a sudden, the women behind them turn. And there's a rumble as Lobo looks. And Lobo realizes his day is about to get a whole lot worse. A rumble and a shriek. Apparently, these women turn into monsters around their, menstrual cycle. They turn into these unstoppable monsters that want to talk and hug and complain and foot rubs and back rubs. And I guess they rip the men apart on this planet to pieces. And so they're able to overpower Lobo because apparently these women are bulletproof. And they've taken him. They've captured the main man. He's a prisoner of these women. And what are they going to do with him? Who knows? But meanwhile, the IRS, they're trying to find Lobo. And this is funny because everyone's complaining this vehicle guy. When Lobo wrecked the vehicle, it's gone. There's really nothing they could do about it. And it's not like you could really sue Lobo. I mean, what are you going to do, But they decide to look for him. So they kind of track his last location. So everybody knows where Lobo is. And they're coming for him. Will they be able to find him? Will Lobo be able to frag his way out of his situation? Well, I guess we'll find out the next time, won't we? And I'll catch you on the flip side.